So, hi everybody, and I really don't want to give a big explanation or an introduction to this particular video, and I'll get straight to the point. So, what do you really see at the end of your life? I did not really ponder upon this question for a long time, but there's a reason why I came back to this question, and it happened because of an incident in my life. So, if you're all wondering, like all of you who have never had a near death experience, if you're wondering what do you see at the end of your life, then this is the right video for you. So, I'll tell you what do you see. So, it was 10th of March, and this year, 10th of March of 2024, and I was on the bike with my fiance, and he is new to riding a bike. He was pretty good with the rented bike that he took, but then we went to buy a bike, and the most funny part is the accident happened with the test drive. I remember that we were on the bike, and I really started enjoying the ride. Before that, I was really nervous and I was a bit scared, especially when he was riding it in the rented bike. I was very scared. And in this tested bike, which we were about to buy, I was free. Like, I loved the ride. The most funniest part is we were having this little conversation while he was riding it, and for the first time in that evening, I felt like I really enjoyed the sunset that was happening. And before we knew it, we were down. We were down on the ground, and I'm going to tell you what exactly my experience was around the whole incident and how it felt like to me. So it felt like, as you see in the movies, like it's a very beautiful scenery, picturesque scenery, and suddenly your world comes crashing down. And the most funny part is you won't even know that you're down or something happened. So it was so sudden. I didn't have time to think about it, and I think I really felt like I should make this video for everybody, because I have been ignoring this whole fact that that particular incident taught me something, and I was burying it down inside me, thinking like it's a casual day, like it happens, kind of a thing. But I really think there was a very big lesson that I learned that particular second when it happened. So I remember I was down, my legs, I know there was pain, but seriously, during that particular moment, I couldn't even feel the pain. I just didn't feel any pain because I was more occupied with trivial stuff. Like, you think that when your life is ending, you're going to think about your mom and dad, or you're going to think about your loved moments, or something is going to flash before your eyes. Trust me, nothing like that happened. Like, literally nothing like that happened. The only thing that I felt at that particular moment was that for some reason I wanted to get the helmet out, even though I know that the bike was on me, and I was not like, I didn't really care about that. I was more concerned on the helmet, and somehow my fiance helped me get the helmet out because he was also pretty hurt. And the car that we were almost like, the car that was the hindrance in between, he just ran away. The man with the car ran away. And I know at that particular moment, I wanted to take care of my fiance, because I am a person who generally does that. Like, on a daily basis, if you see my life, you will see that I want to take care of myself more. I do self-care, but I care about people who are around me, my friends, my mother, my father, my sister, and even if I don't show it to them, to my parents who are a bit far away from me right now, because I stayed in a different state, I genuinely show my affection to people who are around me. But for the first time in my life, I really didn't show that affection. Like, right now when I'm recalling it, I'm just thinking, oh my god, like I really didn't. I got my helmet out with the help of him, and I somehow got up, like I stood up, and I was shouting. So I'll tell you what happened was, I think this is called a concussion. So I could feel like the movie serial, or in the movies you'll see this particular scene where somebody met with an accident and they can just see people running around them, right? That's exactly what I could see. Like, yeah, so when I could see people running around me, so basically what I mean was, have you ever watched a movie and you've seen that, they'll show that somebody met with an accident and everything is blurry around them? So that is exactly what happened. Like, I felt like everything was going hazy and I couldn't hear. For some reason, I felt like my hearing was going down and I couldn't hear, and it was giving me anxiety. And I was completely lost. And I was shouting, "Take me to the hospital!" Like I was constantly shouting to my fiance, "Take me to the hospital! Take me to the hospital!" And he wasn't responding, and I was getting like so worried. And then I kind of believe that there are God among humans, and sometimes in form of humans they come to us. So in that particular moment, I remember this lady coming towards me, and she shook me from my shoulder, and she said, "Are you all right?" really loud in my ears, and I felt life coming back to me. So I felt like then with a rush, life came back to me. And then my first thought was not my pain or anything. My first thought, just recovering from that life transforming experience, was about my fiance. So I looked at him and I was like, why wasn't he responding to me when I was shouting, "Take me to the hospital"? Then I realized that this man, who doesn't really show affection in the most stereotypical manner, when he met with an accident, the first thing he thought was about me. So that's why he helped me open my helmet. And once he was sure that I was all right and I could stand on my own, he was not in his senses. So basically, he was like drooling and then he just fell down. And like Indian roads, and that particular road, like it was really dirty. And he fell down, and people were trying to, hold him up. And then all my love, my affection, and everything came rushing back to me. And finally, we were taken to the hospital. And the story is a bit funny because we went to the hospital. They cut, one side of my jeans, and they treated that part. They treated my hand, and I really got hurt here because I got hit with iron stand that was there. So they took care of everything, and they took care of my fiance also. And the first thing we did after we kind of like we could just stand a bit is that we went back to that particular bike showroom and we bought the bike, which was a bit funny. But now that I think about, I kind of feel like that it was, like you sometimes tend to take decisions in the spur of the moment. That we took it in a very sporty manner, that entire accident. But later on, when we came back home, and I realized my friend was there, he was there in the house. My fiance went out to take care of, the rented bike, this bike, and all of that things that was happening. And I was in a lot of pain because I was going through periods also. So I had a very bad cramp that day. And I went through this and I went to the washroom and I just couldn't get up because that was the time the pain actually started. And for the next 3 weeks, I couldn't walk properly. I couldn't walk only, I couldn't stand up. The pain was excruciating, especially sleeping was more difficult because of the pain. I couldn't sleep properly. But keeping the entire incident of accident apart, what are the messages that I realized when I went through this life transforming incident? So the first message that came to me was that that why do people say that the life reflects in front of their eyes? I don't know, but for me that didn't happen. I didn't see my life flash before my eyes. That didn't happen. But one very beautiful thing happened and I will always cherish it. So I tried to ignore this entire accident as if it was a joke, like we do. Oh, I just bruised myself, like that. But later on I realized that there was a big message behind that accident. For that fraction of second that the whole world was crashing down, I felt when I got my life back that there were so many trivial things in my life that I used to worry about. Like I worry about my career. Why did I do my masters? Why do I not earn a certain amount? This person has been doing this. I'm trying to blame myself, and then I was trying to blame my family, and God knows what I was doing. I was really worried about my whole career aspect and other aspects of my life also. And I was like, before the accident, I used to have sleepless nights where I would constantly think about everything that has gone wrong in my life. And in this entire rush, one thing that I realized was that I had completely forgotten what was right with my life. I was thinking about all these A, B, C, D, E, F, G. But at the end of the day, when you come back from an incident like that, the only thing that you would want to do next is to be happy that you're alive, that you have your life, and this beautiful body took care of you. And the second thing is that you would want your loved ones to be happy. So I think that was a big message for me, that I was trying to concentrate on A, B, C, D, E, and G, when everything that I ever needed, my family, my friends, my fiance, like everybody was with me throughout. Like no matter what I was going through, they had always been there with me. And this was a big message, that no matter what I go through from here on, they will still be with me. So one thing that I would want to say everybody who's hearing this video is that we try to give priority to our career, we try to give priority to money, which is important because it gives us option. But in this entire rat race, we shouldn't forget that why are we doing this in the first place? We are trying to go into the career, build a better career. Is for ourselves, for the happiness and satisfaction that we get, and the next is for our loved ones, to have more options, to be able to enjoy with them, to be able to live with them. So don't forget to live. I think that was a very important part that I was missing just before the accident, is that I was forgetting how to live. And now I'm really happy. I feel that even if everything goes wrong in my life, which I am even feeling right now because my career is not where I wanted to be or what I had thought of it, I'm still happy. I feel that even if I am, going through a number of rejection and failures, and this is happening, that is happening, I'm happy that I'm alive, and I'm happy that I could make this video in the first place, and I'm happy that I got the chance to bring this message out in the world. So this was a lot of challenges and changes that was going on in my head throughout the time that I recovered, and I was able to sit here and talk to everybody. This was a very important message that I feel everybody should hear. That if you're going through a near death experience, it changes the way you see life, the mundane things that you don't think about, the morning coffee, or your mom knocking at your door giving you food, or your roommate, for example, just coming home to your house, or just saying hi to your friend, getting a call. Like all of this is a miracle, and all of this is what you should cherish in your life. So I think that was a very big message for me that I kind of felt. So everybody who's struggling and who wants to know what do you see at the end of your life, honestly, you will not, I didn't see, at least I don't know if you will see life flashing before you, but one thing you will see is whether you have regret or not. Like that's what you're going to feel right after, if you come through this experience, is that do you have any regrets? Like, do you wish that you would have done something? And that's exactly what I'm doing with this video right now. I wanted to make good YouTube videos for a very long time, and I was not putting an effort, and I'm doing that right now. I'm trying to make a good video, and I thought one of the good messages that I can give to the world is my experience that I had on 10th of March 2024.